What does your company offer?
So we at RIOD, we offer two main things. So we have two verticals. One is our R&D services wing, where we provide design and development expertise to various companies, based on their requirements, based on their use cases or their problem statements. So that wing we have internally called as R&D Square. And second is our EV charging segment, where we provide electric vehicle charging solutions, where they can install these charging stations at their homes, at their commercial um, areas or commercial business areas, in order to gain revenue or in order to have a better charging experience for their electric vehicles.
Okay, so the EV chargers you are making in-house, I mean, manufacturing in-house?
Yes, yes. So we are basically, these are all made in India products. These are all been designed by our team here. It's a made in India product. Yeah, it has been designed completely in-house. These design aspects have been done by our team. So we have gone through the various requirements of the EV charging ecosystem, and then based on that, we have developed these charging stations.
Okay, so what is the innovation? Like there are many companies which are making EV chargers right now.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
what makes you stand differently in the field of EV chargers?
So in the EV charging ecosystem, yes, as you know, charging process, if you look at the charging process, say for the four-wheeler segment, it is standard because they have identified and standardized the charging process in the four-wheeler domain. So you don't have much that you can do with how the charging, what do you say, communication is done between the vehicle and the charging station. So what we have done is, our expertise or our core expertise is with our experience in IoT. So we have enabled how the communication can be done, improved. So we have done a Wi-Fi based and a SIM-based communication in our device, which we feel is the best option when you're looking at chargers. And then we have tapped into a market. Our USP is we have tapped into a market which is not, what do you say. So you have two variants of charging stations. One is your DC fast chargers, one you have AC fast chargers. So we are currently focused on the AC fast chargers, and we are targeting apartment complexes, commercial hubs like your hotel chains, resorts, uh, say business zones, your LCC zones, where people who spend or park their vehicle or keep their vehicle idle for like say 4 to 5 hours, it is for them. So in a way, we have designed in a way that it complies with all the electrical standards. You have all kind of electrical protections in our systems, and we have specified so that, and our software or our communication works in a seamless way for people who work at these areas, or even owners of such establishments.
So, how IoT is involved? Like, you have done changes somewhere in the hardware, or you also provide an app. How IoT is involved in this
So
process?
how IoT is involved is that, so because this is charging, so you need to understand what is the electric consumption. As well as you will have to also maintain the voltage levels, understand what is the current power that is being drawn, and see if there are any fluctuations. So that and if there are any errors. So these are being, so the hardware first developed that we have developed is understanding if all the parameters are right or wrong, and then based on that there is a communication also being happen. So once say the charging stops, so you will have to also communicate this with the cloud platform or understand, give a notification user so that there's an error that has occurred, that's why your charging process has now been stopped. And also maintaining this, providing the right amount of alerts is where the IoT module comes into play. And also the hardware also has inbuilt energy meters, and also inbuilt electronic protection. So these are all digitally coded into our single hardware. So
Mhm.
where all these, so we are consuming the least amount of space as possible for designing such a system. This is not a plug and play. We have integrated everything in a single board.
Okay, so that means the Wi-Fi connection is very important.
Wi-Fi connection is for the communication. So Wi-Fi and okay, it can be Wi-Fi or a 4G or your SIM-based connection,
Okay,
a
okay.
GSM connection for
Mm-hmm.
communicating the data to the platforms or the server.
Mm-hmm.
And the hardware involves the microcontroller to understand what is the current functionality or how the reading the various parameters.
Okay. Okay, so what are the challenges you faced in designing such a system, and how do you overcome those challenges? in designing such a IoT based system?
When you look at challenges, yeah, so just to give a brief about our team, so we have two of our key members who have come from the electrical background. The company that they were previously working with is for building systems for power generation sector. So with their expertise and their knowledge of how power is being measured, so we had a basic understanding of how to develop the board. One of the main challenges is to have the field test, right? So we had so when we started off this venture into the EV charging ecosystem, we had a customer who had a fleet of, so this started like 4 5 years back. So he had already a fleet of EV three-wheelers. So he wanted to have a
Mhm.
charging station for his fleet. So that's how we started. So you have a couple of field tests done, and then you have certain variations of fluctuations. So sometimes what we do in our in-house warehouse, when we test our power, it might be correct because we are in a standardized area. So
Mhm.
in sometimes not so remote, sometimes rural, you have fluctuations happening. So how do you maintain that fluctuations? How do you manage so much of fluctuations? So you need to have a little bit of extension, or a what do you say, a delta, a little bit more delta to provide that fluctuation and make the operation seamless.
Okay, any reason to think about beginning a startup?
Yeah, as I said, when we started this company, before we started this company, we saw that the entire industry was working in a wired manner. You had all the processes still being done not on a wireless and a seamless way. So, say when you look at the current technology, and when we started our company in 2018, we incorporated 2018, but we had this idea from 2017. We started working in 2017. So if you see at that time, we had an inclination. We saw the market in other countries being shifting to the IoT segment, making everything wireless. So in order to make things wireless, you need to have a support system. You need to have the right team to incorporate it. So that's how we came up with the idea of starting this electronic design firm, where we provide solutions where they can, with their existing system, make it wireless.
Yeah, okay. I mean, charging is all obviously wired, but the IoT system
The
involved we are
IoT
talking
system, yes,
about.
yes. See, oh, obviously, the
Mm-hmm.
charging, like you
Mm-hmm.
have the electric control thing, but we cannot
Mm-hmm.
wire the entire communication also to.
So are there other companies also? How you see the competitive landscape that there are other companies also who are providing these IoT based system along with EV chargers?
Yeah. So there are
So
a lot
what
of
makes
companies.
you unique?
So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
as you mentioned, so you said there are a lot of competitors in this
Mm-hmm.
market. So as I mentioned, all our chargers that we have developed is made designed in-house. So we know the in and out. So we can also provide customization. So there's, say example, there are two companies. One is ours and one is say ABC.
Mm-hmm.
ABC also is providing solutions, but they are like kind of integrated. They are just providing solution from the market. When it comes to us, say there's a company who wants to have certain customizations and they have a huge volume. So with the
Mm-hmm.
second company, they cannot provide the customization because they have a fixed thing. So this is what they can get. But with us, what we can do is we can provide that customization. We can incorporate those changes into our system.
What sort of changes generally users ask
Uh,
you to do?
Okay, say one amount of changes. Say this is to be specifically for their only their ecosystem. Say, but also it should highlight in an app. So they need an app where the specific customers can log in and see where the charging stations. Say they have multiple locations where they have company offices and they have set up their EV charging chargers. But what they
Mhm.
had mentioned that is this is only available only for their employees. So only their employees can use these chargers. So that's a
How do
specific.
they ensure that?
So that's how we have made that customization. So we have digitally coded in a way that it is only for the
Okay.
specified users that is being recorded into the server, that these are the employees that they have the access to. So this,
Mm-hmm.
like specifically you have user details such as their uh, customer mobile number, or say the employee mobile number, employee even we can use their RFID card. So each of these employees have their own unique identification card, which also is linked to an RFID. So that
Mhm.
code is also incorporated into the system, so that only once they tap into their machines, and which is, since it is already pre-recorded, then they can use the charging station.
Okay, so I have also read somewhere in your on your website that it is also pin-based security and encryption
Yeah.
at places, right? Okay.
So we had developed this also
Mm-hmm.
in our early stages, where we want to. So during the initial time, we felt that the market will not be easily ready for an app-based system, because a lot of users at that time were like for the age group of 50 plus. So if you look
Mm-hmm.
at 4 years back, when we started our EV charging ecosystem, when we came into this EV charging space, we felt that using the app to scan and then start charging would be a little difficult. So that's where we came with
Mm-hmm.
the specific solution that,
Pin-based.
okay, just have a pin, which is
Okay.
regular, like you have ATM cards and you have used pin for a long time. So a customized
Mm-hmm.
pin which can be, say, recorded and given to a user. So we had also had played around with this domain. Uh, since then, since the market has developed, we have also gone into this app-based and RFID and QR-based system, because that is
Okay.
kind of the norm right now, and that's
Mm-hmm.
how people are used to. With the
Right.
advent of, say, if you see, you have QR-based system for pay, scan and pay. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, people are used to it.
Like, right. Now people are more used to
Used to QR
QR.
scanning than having any other system. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
And people are
Okay,
not
so.
used to with the advent of data connectivity in India. I feel
Mm-hmm.
I have also gone around various other countries, but I feel our uh, data communication, or the net connectivity through GSM, is very good. So yeah, so people
Mm-hmm.
don't have any issue of downloading or installing a new app and operating it
Even remembering a pin is much more difficult than
right now. Yeah.
scanning a QR code. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, talking about the speed of your EV charger, so what are the key factors influencing the speed of the EV charging, and how do you optimize them in your solution? Like you say that we have fast chargers.
Yeah, so when you look at fast chargers, yeah, so that is also a challenge. That was also a challenge, but to educate the people. So it's not a challenge. So since, as I said, the EV charging is kind of standardized. So even vehicles have a standard intake of power that they can draw. So with our system, so your standard home or portable chargers come with 2.8 kilowatts. So just basing in terms of charging time. So with your home chargers, your usual charging time is 10 hours to 12 hours. Maybe more
Mm-hmm.
than that if your vehicle is much more premium and has a higher battery capacity. What I'm talking about is, usually if you have a car, let's say if you take Tata Nexon, the latest one, you have the 40 kilowatt of power in that vehicle. So if you use your home charger, it can take somewhere between 10 hours if you have 30% charge. If you have very down to 10% charge, then it can easily go to 12 to 14 hours. So
Mm-hmm.
that is your time. So but your current set of vehicles in the market all can support a higher upper power rating. So you can charge it up to 7.4 kilowatt. So with that, then the time drastically comes down to just 5 to 6 hours of full charging.
Okay.
So in terms of the charging speed, so that's how we are providing. So at homes it is okay, but like for flat systems or commercial apartments, you cannot have charging stations for each home, because
Mm-hmm.
your the electrical load that is being allocated to each flat is limited. So what we can do is have this. We have supported a flat. Currently, we have also an order for this home chargers for a society, a flat, or a real estate developer in Kolkata, where we are supplying them with um, 35 plus chargers. So this is for their entire compound. Like they have 6 or 7 blocks. So they are wanting to establish a charging network so that people can charge their EVs with the specific spot or specific parking area. Similarly, we have supplied our chargers for a flat society in Bangalore, where these charging stations has been set for a specific area where EV vehicles can come and charge. So
Mm-hmm.
having this advanced speed, like having more fast charging, like Like having that additional bit of power reduces the time. As I mentioned, we are not going for the ultra fast, which is your roadside charging of
Mm-hmm.
say up to 1 hour. We are targeting areas where you have vehicles which are parked for say 4 to 5 hours and get it fully charged within that time frame.
Okay, okay, okay. I got it.
I
So,
hope
like,
I have cleared it out. If you
uh,
have any queries in
actually, talking about the ultra fast chargers, there are also harmful for the batteries also, right?
yes,
The
yes.
car batteries. So,
Yeah.
what about the chargers you are providing? Are they also harmful for the, decreasing the life of the EV batteries, or it is working like the normal one, which is taking 13 to
So as
14
I
hours to
mentioned,
charge?
yeah, yeah. So with respect to us, we are not harming the battery life of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, you have the home-based charger, which is being provided by EV vehicles, but the car has a better input of if you have a much little bit more advanced or little bit more faster charging, then it can support with the so whatever chargers does is just to give a plain terms. So we provide the power from a charger to the vehicle. So when you say 7.4, that is the amount of power that is being delivered at a time to the vehicle. So right now with the current generation of vehicles, you have internal converters which can take that power and directly power the battery. With
Mm-hmm.
this ultra fast or DC chargers, which is up to say 60 kilowatt, 120 kilowatt, you have 240 kilowatt chargers also. So what they do it, that power is directly delivered to the battery. There
Mm-hmm.
is no conversion that is happening with it. So what we are doing is we are communicating with the vehicle and then providing this power.
Okay, okay. So you're saying that this is not harmful for the EV
This is not
battery.
harmful. Yeah, up to 7.4 kilowatt. This is not. So we also have 22 kilowatt system, which is for the premium end, your Kia, BMW, Mercedes, which have
Mm-hmm.
internal capacity of taking up to that with the AC system.
Okay.
So AC system is not harmful. DC,
Mm-hmm.
so usually even the vehicle manufacturers say that if you are doing a say DC charges are required. I will not say you can not required because people who are traveling from city to city cannot say if it's starting from one destination. Say for example, you are based in. Can you let me know?
From Delhi.
You are from Delhi. Say, you are going to say Jaipur or Ahmedabad.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
such a long distance, you cannot drive at a single stretch with the current
Right,
generation of EVs. So you'll have to
right.
stop somewhere.
Exactly.
And I don't think it's kind of say for Delhi to Jaipur, say example, if it is a 6 hour or 7 hour drive, uh, say after 3 hours, your battery is going to be drained out. You are going to come down to 20%. So you need to have a charging mechanism where it gets charged within 1 hour. So during that time, you can use the DC fast charging.
Ultra
But what the
charging.
vehicle manufacturer also says is once you do one or two attempts, then the
Mm-hmm.
third attempt should be an AC charging. So that's
Okay.
where our kind of system should be there. But
Mm-hmm.
it should not be that when they go use their plug-in method, that also takes time. So what we are trying to uh, build a solution is okay, don't go for your home like the charger that is taking a lot of time. Reduce that time in a certain way that you can get it done overnight.
Okay, so right now I think the charges which we are having at home, it takes like, if the battery is fully discharged, it takes like 10 to
It takes
12
like
hours.
easily 12 to 14 hours. It's
Yeah, yeah,
more
it
than
takes it
overnight.
takes that it takes that time.
Yeah.
So your chargers will be doing it in like 4 to 5 hours maybe.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, so talking about the protection mechanisms in EVs, like,
Yeah.
so what advanced protection mechanisms would you integrate into your EV chargers to ensure safety against like electrical faults or power surges, and also the environmental
Mhm.
factors? So what safety features in your chargers are there?
So, if you look at safety features, we have all safety features. We have over voltage, under voltage, over current, earth leakage. So we have provide so earth leakage. You don't so that if there is a leakage in the earth, so that you don't have your vehicle is safe, you are safe, so that you don't have advanced shock. So because the vehicle
Mm-hmm.
doesn't act as the earthing point, or so yeah. So if there's any leakage, then your system is closed off. So
Mm-hmm.
we it's kind of internal trip. It's kind of having an MCB.
Okay.
So we have over voltage, under voltage, over current, earth leakage, such protection.
So
So
it's so
we
these
have
things
say
are also
even if a
updated.
lightning occurs, even if a lightning
Mm-hmm.
occurs, it will not reach the vehicle. It is not that a huge surge of power. It's not so your vehicle is safe. The charger has the protection so that it will shut off and protect the surge. protect your vehicle from the surge, and
Okay,
also the
okay.
device is safe.
Okay, and also, as you're talking that IoT is also inbuilt in your, EV charger. So does the user also get some notification that there is some, power surges there or some issues there? They also
So
get it. Mm-hmm.
not exactly, because as a user standpoint of view, I think they want to understand if the vehicle is charging, or if a certain occurrence has happened and it has stopped. So they need the basic notification. So we'll provide the notification that. So basically, when we look at and standard terms, people don't look at like surges, but yeah, you will have over
Mm-hmm.
voltage. So currently, the charging session has stopped because there's an over voltage in your system.
Okay, okay. So they get
Under
this
voltage, yeah, they
notification.
get this notification.
Okay. So your chargers are also compatible with like two-wheeler, three-wheeler, four-wheeler, right?
Yes, yes. So we have for two-wheeler, three-wheeler, we have a separate charging system,
Mm-hmm.
and for the four-wheeler, since it's standardized. So currently in the two-wheeler, three-wheeler market, you don't have a standardization. So if you look at the four-wheeler market, you have Type 2. Currently, you have the Type 2 charging, which is for the AC charging, and the CCS2 for the DC. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
standard uh,
Okay.
in terms of the charging mechanism. But in the two-wheeler, three-wheeler market, still all the OEMs have their own proprietary mechanism, but we feel that we have heard that it's 3 to 4 months time there will be a standard that is coming out, but till then,
Mm-hmm.
till now, there has not been a standard. So the vehicle manufacturer do provide with them as 3-pin portable charger. So right now
Mm-hmm.
we don't have any provision to like fast charge. You have to use that charging station. So we also provide with a smart charging system which has a 16 ampere socket where they can plug it in and charge their vehicles.
Okay. So two-wheeler, three-wheeler are different and four-wheeler chargers are different, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So are there also some design challenges in, ensuring that the charging station is compatible with various vehicle types? Like you say that our chargers are compatible with all the company, EVs.
Yes.
So if I see from the hardware design standpoint, are there any specific challenges that you face in designing such chargers which are, you know, globally accepted, like for all the company vehicles?
Yeah, because I think that challenge, I think, has been addressed by the International Electrical Committee because of bringing this standard of, say, if you want to, so like in the India market, all these vehicles have
Mm-hmm.
the Type 2 charging facility, or that is the charging protocol that they have inbuilt in their vehicle. So that makes it
Mm-hmm.
easier. So we also follow that protocol.
Okay, okay.
So
The standard protocol.
yeah, so just I'll not like you have the that's the so in the four-wheeler market, since it's standardized, when you look at the two-wheeler market, so if you make let's say charging station which is specific to say company ABC, and there's company XYZ which has a
Mm-hmm.
different protocol, so our charger which is compatible with ABC will not be compatible with XYZ since there is no standardization. So if it is standardized, then even if it is equal ABC or from XYZ, then we can provide the charging.
Mm-hmm.
Like the vehicle owners can charge from that specific charging station, which is happening in the four-wheeler market.
About the maintenance feature, talking about the maintenance feature. So, how do you, what features, what maintenance features you have integrated into the design to
Mhm.
facilitate like easy troubleshooting, repairs, or upgrades of the charging stations?
In terms of so when you look at so even with our chargers, we have two types of charging stations. One is our home or private, which is only for your personal use, and one is our commercial. So,
Mm-hmm.
private or home use, as I said, those chargers for the four-wheeler market, it brings down your significant charging time less than half, like that 4 to 5 hours. Similarly, for the commercial, so when you look at the commercial, that's where you require to understand to get these notifications and maintenance. So, say if the charger is down, even the user or the owner of the charging station from his portal can understand why it is down, and then he can make the certain calls. So our team, we have a technical team who works tirelessly behind the scenes in the back end. Also, we provide that notification to the owner also. So say if there's no over voltage and that's why the charger is not currently available, then he can contact his local electrical operator to understand, check his electrical system.
So, how many charging units have already sold
So
approximately?
currently, as I said, we have been working from as our own brand, and so also we have supported custom solutions. So we have done more than 1,000 plus of products right now.
Okay, great. So, can you tell me that what is the revenue recorded?
In terms of revenue, I cannot like because each charging system has its own this one. But
Mhm,
we have more than 75 plus lakhs of product
mhm.
sales with our entire revenue for the EV ecosystem.
And what about the name? Is there any story behind keeping the name of your company?
Yeah.
How did this name came to your mind? Mhm,
So RIOD is basically acronym is rugged Internet of Devices. So that's how
mhm,
we kept. So we wanted to have our system. So since it is for the industry, so when we started our company, as I said, there's a need for IoT and wireless transmission or communication. So Internet of Things instead of Internet of Things, these are Internet of Devices. So these are
mhm,
devices which will communicate. So and since it is for the industrial domain as well as for the market where it is basically used for should have a rugged uh, look or rugged usage, then that's why we kept it as rugged Internet of Devices.
okay.
And
So,
just to give,
mhm,
as I mentioned, we also have the design expertise called R&D Square. That is
mhm.
basically to the R&D is this research and development. R&D Square is because it's to the power two. So we have an additional expertise.
Okay, so what do you people do in R&D Square? Like how it works?
So R&D Square is basically a design hub. We can say we have a product. We are a product design hub for product designing excellence. So
Mm-hmm,
what we do is we work with companies out there in the market. As I said, like there are companies where we get requirements. They want to digitize their existing system. They want to digitize their existing system. So you need to have devices which can capture the current parameter data and then provide a platform where they can view these data. So currently all these are wired. So certain
mm-hmm,
customers that we have catered to is how we have digitized their existing system. In some cases, there are firms or companies who want to venture. They have a product idea. They don't have the technical team. So
mm-hmm,
that's where we provide the expertise that our technical team can design and develop the entire product solution. So we do end to end from hardware
mm-hmm.
designing to the software end. And they can then just look at how they can improve their sales and look at the market where they can promote it. Because they have
Okay, so
already done that, based on that is where their
mm-hmm,
idea is being brought
coming
about,
up.
comes
Mm-hmm,
into. Yeah. So
mm-hmm.
just to give a motto for our R&D school, it's like bringing those ideas to reality is what our motto is. And that's what our teams work for.
Okay, so it is not limited to the EV charging only.
That is not limited to just the EV charging. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we have provided various other solutions. So, in the R&D Square space, we have worked in multiple domains, multiple sectors. We
I
have
think
worked in energy,
agriculture and energy. I've
yeah,
seen some in.
agriculture, energy, consumer electronics, oil and gas,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
automotive. Yeah.
Okay, so your system, since your system is, IoT enabled, so can you explain how you have implemented the mobile app or the cloud-based system to allow users to locate the charging stations? Can they locate the charging stations
Yes,
using your
they
system?
can definitely locate. So basically, when you are putting up the charging station in the field, so first, when you set up a charging station, it is getting connected to their local Wi-Fi router. Say we have, as I mentioned, we have either Wi-Fi based or a SIM based or 4G based system to
Mm-hmm,
connect our chargers to the server. So, say certain establishments have Wi-Fi within their range of their charging station, so they use Wi-Fi or they use our their own SIM where we integrate and it is based working on the data packet.
mm-hmm,
So once the charging station is set up, then it is getting communicated to our server. So along with that, we are getting the location of the charging station. So that is being registered in our server. So our server also has so our users also have an app. So in our app, when they open the app, you have a map view of where all our charging stations are being deployed. And
mm-hmm,
once they open the app, they obviously shows the nearest charging station to them. And also we have a facility where if they have a planned route or planned trip, then within that route where all the charging stations are available. So then they can just click the charging station. They can know the availability of the chargers, if it is currently being utilized by some other user, if it is available, what is the tariff of that charging station, because each charging station is being owned by a different user. So they can set up their tariff, what they want to
Okay.
charge from the customers.
Customers.
So you can understand what is the tariff, and then also you can then shift, say, put on directions and then use the Google Map to go and reach that
So
specific charging
does
station.
it also show the availability? Like, for example, there is a charging station, there is one charge in that charging station that is already occupied with some other vehicle.
Yes, yes, yes.
So
So
does it
currently
also,
that is also
hmm,
available. Yes. So
okay,
that's
okay,
what,
it
when I
also
say
shows the,
availability, it is also availability in terms of if the charging station is active or inactive,
mm-hmm,
and it is being utilized or not. So inactive, when I say, it can be, say, shut down for maintenance. They are doing some kind of work within that establishment area. Then
mm-hmm.
that's why it is inactive. Even though it's active, like there is nothing, no, but it is being utilized currently. It is not available right now. If you reach that location, you will not be able to charge because another vehicle is charging.
Is there any way to reserve a slot in advance?
Uh, Currently, we are not established
Mm-hmm,
this feature of reservation,
mm-hmm.
because at times we feel still the market is still open on the reservation factor, because say if you reserve it, and then say
You will
you
not
don't
able to
come in
reach it.
time, and yeah, it is not
Mm-hmm.
also accessible for the other user also.
Right, right. And also, so the name of the app, this mobile app is the same company name,
It's RIOD EV, that the mobile app.
right?
So our
EV.
charging, yeah,
Okay.
our charging app is RIOD EV. Yeah.
So it is available like all over India.
And get, yeah, wherever we have provide our charging stations with our platform, yes, it is available all over India.
Okay,
Hey,
okay.
this is available in Google App Store and Apple
Mm-hmm.
Store and sorry, Play
Oh,
Store and as well as Apple Store. Yeah,
okay. So as you told that your product is in-house product, made in India product. So where is your manufacturing plant, and you
yeah,
have
we have,
your own design team also, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
So
our
where
all
hmm,
entire manufacturing happens. Our company is situated in Kochi, Kerala, and all our manufacturing
okay.
happen here.
Okay, so what are the current challenges you're facing to grow super fast as a startup?
The current challenges, if you look at, is in terms of bringing that product to market, and also since the EV market is still in a growing stage. So in terms of the electric vehicle domain or our charging segment is concerned, it's kind of tapping into the market and making people understand how uh, the EV charging solution is a requirement in the current
Mm-hmm.
day. So if you look at what our market total market area is like, if you look at all over India, you have currently all major cities, even tier 2 cities and tier 1 cities is already metropolitan cities. So it is all filled with apartment complexes and also business buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and additionally, you have your supermarkets and multiplexes. So all these areas are our target source, because people who go there will definitely spend 2 to 3 hours minimum. And if it is
Mm-hmm.
business hubs or business places, you have they'll spend at least 8 hours. That is your business time or your working time. But still, we are not able to tap into market and associate with, uh, say, the developers or with the organizations who are working there to establish that EV, because I guess that is not their current requirement. But in future, if you plan it ahead, so that, if, see, currently it is like, who is going to do first? Only once you, an organization or a society or a apartment complex, if a user buys an EV, then we'll plan the charging station. Or if you set up the charging station, then you can promote the EVs. So
Actually,
it's kind of
ecosystem
that.
is very important in
Sorry?
today's ecosystem is very
Yes,
important. Charging
ecosystem is
ecosystem is
the.
very important right
So
now.
you have to build that EV charging ecosystem first, and so that you give, okay, the amenities is right there. Yeah, then
Mm-hmm.
they change the mindset there. Yeah, since that is there, let's buy, and we have a solution for
Exactly,
it.
exactly. Because before taking our first EV, we also think of this like for 2 years, and then we decided,
Yeah,
okay, we can take it. So it takes a lot of time to, get into it.
yes. So right now, like, the people who we have still service to is people who already have bought that, and then
Mm-hmm.
they want the solution immediately. So
Mm-hmm.
It's more,
Okay,
but
okay.
the government is still
Mm-hmm.
helping. Like you have certain state government policies where, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
all your apartment complex 20% of the charging or the parking should be implemented with EV facilities or charging facilities. So
Mm-hmm.
rules are being done. So you need to have some kind of push from the market also or from the policymakers.
Okay, okay. Okay, so your commercial chargers are also not ultra fast charger, if I'm understanding right.
Because the we do have ultra fast chargers. It's not like
Mm-hmm.
we don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we have supported people with ultra fast chargers, but yeah, so our core domain or the market that we see majorly is the domain which I mentioned. So if you look at
Okay.
so your ultra fast is basically between two long distance cities or between city to city travel.
That is what I wanted to know. Because if someone is traveling from one city to another city and want to halt and recharge the battery, so spending 2 to 3 hours over there is difficult.
It'll be difficult, but yeah, so that's
Uh,
where your ultra fast comes in. But then
okay.
again, if you're
Mm-hmm.
doing only intra-city travel, say
Mm-hmm.
there are say city to city might not be always say your 6 hour or say more than 300 kilometers. You have cities between
Mm-hmm.
100 kilometers.
Right, right.
So say you start from here and you go there.
Mm-hmm.
Say in that office space, say you have two offices. They are
Mm-hmm.
starting from one office and you're going there, and
Okay,
you
so
have
the
a charging station which can charge your vehicle say from say when I say 4 to 5 hours is your full charging time, but you can
mm-hmm.
just plug in for 2 hours, get the relevant charging done to return back.
Okay, so one more question popped up. Are there also hotels in your, customer list who are
Hmm.
buying these commercial chargers?
Yes, yes, yeah. Resorts are
Okay.
one of the major uh, key
Mm-hmm.
people who buy our chargers. So because um, we have like in Kerala, you have a lot of destinations where you have
Mm-hmm.
people visit uh,
Right,
all
right,
year
right.
round. So yeah, we have targeted those areas, and a lot of those resorts in those locations have put in charging stations. And if you look at the adoption of EVs, Kerala is one of the top
Mm-hmm.
states where a lot of electric vehicles has been sold, and especially four wheelers. So yeah, that's a
Right, right.
requirement for resorts here, so that they can attract those people who have EVs, so that it is an added advantage for the resort also. It's kind of a marketing that they are going green.
Exactly,
Second
exactly.
is attracting these customers. So they will definitely go to a resort which has a charging station facility than
Right.
the one which does not have.
Mm-hmm.
Because they have
Right.
planned in such a way that they are going green, get it charged,
Mm-hmm.
and then continue their travel, see the sightseeing that they can.
So, what are your future plans of growth, and how are you investing in like equipment, tools, or team expansion, marketing, sales?
So in terms of goals, we want to be one of the top manufacturers of EV charging solutions in India, be the best at providing custom solutions. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of expansion, our target for the next 3 years to build a sufficient hub for all the metropolitan area cities across India.
Mhm. So, how the ecosystem is supporting you? Like, are you looking for, adding new channel partners or vendors, or are there any academic ties also?
So yeah, we are looking for partners all across India. We do have currently partners in various cities, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we are looking for expansion. How we are planning is to build a network of integrators who can support us and then promote and support the market there, local market there.
Okay, so is there any specific profile criteria also, while looking?
So yeah, when you look at key, this is also falling into the energy domain. So when you look at the profiles that we are looking for, is either electrical contractors or people who are working in the renewable or solar sector. So
Oh,
because people who intend or who go to this area, so it's an add-on feature. Say if you have a solar panel or solar system which is being developed for the say for the organization for the space, industrial space, then
mm-hmm.
if you're having, they will also inclined to have charging stations there also. So because they already have renewable
It,
energy
it
which is
saves a lot
generating,
of money.
yeah, saving the money, yeah,
Right,
because
right,
EV
right.
charging is still consuming electricity, yeah. So
Exactly. Okay, so I think I'm done with all my questions, and it was a really nice conversation.